Hey, Joshi Shiraki with Equity Real Estate and Utah Home Sweet Home. And today I wanted to share a story in regards to an individual who came to me to help him run some numbers on a particular investment that he had locked under contract. You may have heard the term wholesalers. There are a lot of people out there, myself included, who will wholesale a deal to usually another investor. That's usually an under market valued property that another investor would be interested in purchasing. So wholesalers go out there and they find discounted properties, and then they shop those discounted properties out to other investors who at that point will purchase these discounted properties from that wholesaler, either fix and flip it, fix and rent it, whatever exit strategy they may be interested in doing. Well, in this particular situation, this was a newer investor, and so knowing that wholesalers present discounted properties, he simply assumed that if it was a wholesale deal, it must be a good deal. Well, that's not always the case. It was definitely a discounted deal, discounted from market value, but it still didn't make it a good deal. It wasn't discounted enough to make it a good deal for what he wanted to do. He was going to invest his money to fix it up, turn it around, and flip it. And in order to do that, you have to have enough spread to purchase the property, to renovate the property, to pay off your expenses on the property, and then have some profit left over. Well, this property was definitely discounted off of market value, but just not deep enough to be a good fix and flip. So he brought this property to me to help him analyze. He wanted my opinion on it. He wanted to see what I thought of it. And we went over the numbers, and after we pulled comps and came up with the estimated repairs on what he thought it'd cost to fix up, it actually ended up becoming a property that was going to help him lose money. By the time he spent all the money to fix it up, all the expenses to hold it, and he turns around and sell it, he wasn't going to be able to sell it for more than what he was into it. So he was going to lose money. And so I told him, you know, the best situation, if your exit strategy in this particular case is to flip it, being that it was going to make you negative cash flow, you were going to lose money on the deal, and it wasn't like he was going to lose a lot, but it was still negative. He wasn't going to make any money on that transaction. After putting all the money to fix it up and all the time to do it, you definitely want to make money, not lose money. And so since he was losing money on this deal, my recommendation to him was to basically back out of the contract and back out of the deal. But he had told me that unfortunately he had given the wholesaler $5,000 non-refundable earnest money, which is normal practice for a wholesaler. Now, this particular transaction could work as a rental property. However, this particular investor didn't take the time to analyze the property for the exit strategy that he wanted to implement. Now, if he was looking to buy and hold that property, it wasn't a terrible deal. He was getting it discounted. He was still going to have to put money in it, but it was going to cash flow, and he was buying it under market value. You don't really need as much equity if you're keeping it because your income is going to be off of the cash flow and the rental income. But he didn't analyze the numbers. He simply thought because it was a wholesale deal, he was going to be able to buy it, fix it, and flip it. So he had two options. Option one, back out of the contract, but he would lose his $5,000 earnest money, which is non-refundable in this particular case. Or option two, move forward with the deal because he's already got $5,000 into it, purchase it, remodel it, and keep it as a rental property. So I guess the point of this story is I wanted to share with you just because you get a property presented to you by a wholesaler, if you're a new investor, don't assume that it's a good deal based off the exit strategy you want to implement. It might be a good deal for a particular exit strategy, but that exit strategy, if it's not your exit strategy, could cost you money and lose you money. Like in this particular case, if he was to fix and flip it, he would have lost money. So I wanted to share a quick video because I'm sure this has happened to other new investors before. This is definitely not the first time this has happened to somebody. So I thought I'd share this quick video just to keep you safe in case you are out there looking to purchase a investment property and you are entertaining the idea of buying from a wholesaler, make sure that you run the numbers before you lock it under contract, especially if that earnest money is non-refundable. And in many cases, if you are working with wholesalers, that's just the name of the game. Most of the time, earnest money is non-refundable, and that's normal, and that's fine as long as you run your numbers before locking it in under contract to confirm that your exit strategy will work based off of those numbers. All right, well, if you have any more questions in regards to real estate investing, whatever it may be, hey, feel free to put them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more great real estate tips. And I want to thank you so very much for watching. Again, it's Yoshi Shiraki with Utah Home Sweet Home.